Good morning.
Welcome to the morning show.
Yeah.
The Big Show with Glenn and Angel on Kiss 92.
Good morning.
Sometimes getting out of bed in the morning is a lot to deal with all at once.
Welcome to Big Star Monday, and today we welcome Young Raja.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. What's going on? Blessed morning.
Blessed morning to you.
Yeah, thank you for waking up this morning with us.
Not gonna lie, it was a little bit tricky, but we're here.
Okay, all right, and with the thank goodness you're here. Well, I've never met you. I think Glenn had a little meeting with you before, and Shalini's met you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did this all start?
Wow. Hi, Angel. Nice to meet you. I'm Young Raja. I'm a fellow rapper, Singaporean fellow musician. I've been doing this for about a decade, and I have a couple of businesses on the side, but I do music mainly, and I'm a fan of what you guys do, and it's an honor to be here to have a chat with you guys.
Aw,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We love your work as well.
Thank you.
And we're looking forward to hearing your latest track at the end of the show. My producer Shalini has informed me about it already.
Sneak preview.
Yeah.
Yes.
Global premiere for the first time.
When does that get released officially?
It's coming out next month, and I
Next
don't have a
month?
release date yet.
Okay.
But you guys are some of the first folks to hear it, besides my mom and my team.
Oh, cute. Tell us about the name Young Raja. How did that come about?
So my real name is Rajit, and I started off as an MC.
Young?
Yeah, pretty young. I think I was around 18. Right after NS, I was in a music and drama company, and I was like, I want to do something, in the hip hop space. And I started off as an MC at a club, and my first name was MC something, right? So I was like, hey, MC Rajit doesn't feel right. So I was just talking to some friends, and one of my friends recommended, just threw the name Raja out there. I was like, hey, everybody knows what Raja means, I mean? It's like across cultures. Raja, it rolls off the tongue quite nicely.
And it's king, right?
Hey, it
Raja
means
is
king in so many different languages. And it's a pretty common Tamil name as well. So I was like, hey, MC Raja sounds great. And that's how I started. And then around maybe 5-6 years into that, no, actually a lot earlier than that, maybe 2 to 3 years into that, I started taking music a lot more seriously. And the idea of attempting at becoming a recording artist, releasing music, performing, crystallized a little bit more. And I was like, okay, I need to drop the word MC because it gives a wrong idea, I mean, can be better. And one of my producers that I used to work very closely with, he was like, hey, why don't you consider the name Young Raja? I was like, hey, Young. It turns out the word young, Y-U-N-G, is quite a popular rap alias. If you, there are a lot of artists around the world that are called Young Thug, Young something, like a Lil, like a Lil Wayne.
Right.
It's a hip hop thing, and so Young Raja, and it just stuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. And you're signed on to Def Jam.
I used to.
Okay.
I was with Def Jam for around 4 years. Def Jam Southeast Asia, Universal Music Singapore.
Right.
I had moved on to Mass Appeal, which is a New York-based label founded by the legendary rapper Nas.
Right.
So they're based in New York, and they have a pretty strong footprint in India. So I go to India quite a fair bit now.
Okay. Wow.
For
Incredible.
shows and whatnot. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. I'm a huge Bollywood fan, by the way.
Hey, man.
Yeah, and I love watching their music videos as well.
Yeah, it's a trip.
All right, let's continue to talk to Young Raja on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Doechii featuring Kodak Black. This is What It Is on Kiss 92.
Okay, so talking about music, talking about getting into rapping and music, who were some of your inspirations growing up and even now?
Wow, I must say I have two pretty strong worlds of influences. The first world I would say is the Tamil world. Growing up in a predominantly Tamil household, traditionally Tamil household. My family moved from South India to Singapore, and I'm the only Singaporean. They all moved here, and so growing up in that type of a household, you talk about influence and inspiration, right? Everywhere I turn, it was so South Indian. Whatever we're watching on TV, the way my family interact with one another, what they cook, what they wear, and a lot of the musicians, the art space that I was kind of in tune with was like the A.R. Rahman or your Rajinikanth or
Oh yeah, there you
We
go.
were just talking about
him
Rajini,
today.
Yeah, exactly. And all the TV channels are Tamil TV channels from India, like Sun TV, Vijay TV. These are the networks, ZTV. And so that was the world that I was tuned into from a very young age. And around the age of 10, I think 11 years old, I took my sister's Walkman to school without her permission. I clicked play, and the first song that I heard was a rap song, was an Eminem song. And I was like, what is this, man? And
So your sister was listening to Eminem.
Yeah, I mean, she was like in her 20s at that time,
Okay.
and I think it was a gift from her friend, and I didn't know what I was listening to, right? Like I heard Eminem for the first time, and it just made such a stark impression in my young mind, and I couldn't stop listening to it. And from 10 all the way till around like 19, 20 years old, hip hop was the only genre that I listened to actively. And some of my early inspirations from the hip hop world, like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, The Game, Notorious B.I.G. I mean, the list is quite long. I loved hip hop then. I love it now. I've loved it so much that I actually kind of made myself, a rapper. Like I would have never imagined that I would be a full-time rapper one day, But looking back, it's not very surprising because I was so passionate about it. I would talk about it at such great lengths to all my friends that didn't really know much about the world of hip hop. And for a Tamil kid like me, like there weren't many folks in my community or in my class, like growing up, or even in my family, right? There was nobody that was on the same wavelength, and it felt like it was my thing, like my sacred space where I get to say, I get to talk about it so passionately.
Yeah.
And yeah, not surprising that it became a career. I made a career out of it.
How did your
Very blessed.
family take that, though? I mean, being in such a traditional Tamil family, you said, that everything they wore, they spoke, they cooked, and you were in a different mind space.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, how did they accept it or not accept it?
I would say the silver lining is the fact that I'm the last kid. I'm the only son. I have 3 elder sisters. So by the time I came around, my parents were very open-minded.
Desensitized to everything else.
A little bit.
They saw the direction you were heading in.
They saw the first 3 girls, and then they're like, okay, this is a godsend.
No, but for real though, like I'm so grateful for my parents. Like God bless them. From a very young age, they always pushed me towards my passions, and they were very receptive to how I am getting shaped up. They never got in the way of my passions or my interests. Like literally, when I was 7 years old, I wanted to go for a drawing competition, and I won a national something. And it was like they were always like pushing me towards. I started acting at like 12, 13 years old. My mom would ask me to go for auditions.
Wow.
Okay.
And so I had that. I had that support at home. Like despite having traditional parents, they were open-minded. They were supportive. They were very like progressive in their thinking.
They knew you were an artist.
And you
because
had
I
talent.
think they
I think they got
recognized
the
that
vibes.
very, very early
Very
on.
early, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, for parents who have kids, it's either you recognize their talent at that age, either they're artistic or they're not.
Oh, the academic. Yeah, that's true.
They can try,
Yeah.
but look,
Yeah.
Wow.
right? Like for you, I think you said you won like an art competition. You were acting. You were good at it from a very young age. So no surprises where you're at right now. But getting stronger as the days go by. That's
man.
fantastic.
But it's amazing, right? Like we can't talk about this enough. Like shout out to all the parents out
Yeah.
there that are raising kids, and I think that is like the foundation, and it's so important. It's a topic of conversation that you just can't talk about enough. Like how important parenting is, how big of a role parents
Yeah.
play, and the way they shape you. Like wow,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm so fortunate. I'll have to count my blessings. Growing up in a Tamil community, Tamil Muslim community, the kind of upbringing that I had is truly like 1 in a million, I would say.
All right.
Nice.
Let's watch something that Shalini managed to pull out and put together.
Oh boy.
This is Young Raja.
Singapore, Marina, hard on all seasons. Not that I hope, I feel like a minute when I'm on the couple, not got the left flow. Valentine's Day now, buy hard, road, trend to cut on the price to the highs and lows. I got a razor touch to my associates, that always put another equal try. I had a
Woo!
Tell us about that. What was
Feel
happening
the
there?
energy, man.
That is the recap video from the first ever stadium show that I had the pleasure to be a part of. It was the show. It was Anirudh. Do you guys know about Anirudh?
No.
He's one of the most. He was one of the biggest South Indian celebrities in the world. He's a singer, producer. He's a music producer mainly. Like he does all the big movies, the soundtracks.
Wow.
So
And where was that though?
So this was at
Indoor
Singapore
Stadium?
Singapore Indoor Stadium.
That was the Singapore Indoor Stadium,
So he was
okay.
doing his tour, and he
Okay.
had a Singapore stop, and he had his show here in Singapore, and I was the opening act,
Wow.
and that was the recap video. So
How surreal is that? I mean, like performing
Oh my God.
in a fully packed out stadium in your hometown for a massive act that you look up to,
it, to be honest, it still feels so trippy and surreal. Like 8-9 years ago when we started, like this wasn't a path that felt real. It wasn't something that we were looking at and be like, okay, you know what, one day we could do that. Like there was no reference point, there was no path for us to walk on. So every step of the way it felt like we're just trying to figure things out. We're trying to just suss it out, trying to make the best out of every moment in some sense.
Okay.
So for me, I swear, man, like I would have never imagined that one day I would be able to experience things like this, see things like this, live these type of moments. So it makes me emotional because I used to dream of this. I really used to dream of like being on stage.
Okay, bro, let's
Yes.
continue to talk about this on air, okay?
Oh,
We're
sorry.
going to go back on
Oh,
air.
my bad. No. Sorry.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards Tuas after Toguan Road's exit, look out for a broken down vehicle. Also on the PIE, but in the opposite direction towards the airport after Jurong Town Hall Road, another vehicle's having trouble there. On the CTE towards the SLE after Brattle Road's exit, avoid lane 5. Another vehicle is having trouble there. If you spot anything at all, our number is 885550
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's a lovely Monday morning, made even lovelier by Young Raja, who's joined us this morning on Big Star Monday. He, of course, is a Singaporean superstar, rapper, and songwriter. Welcome,
Thank
Young
you for
Raja.
having me, Mr. Glenn. Thank you.
You're
Such a
welcome. No,
nice
thank you for
introduction.
coming in. We have someone who messaged us on Facebook. This is MMA. She says, she or he says, Young Raja, I'm a fan. Love your music videos,
Wow.
and love your friendly and humble nature.
Oh man, thank you so much.
How hard is it, do you think it is to stay grounded? I mean, you are a superstar, and every day you get bigger. You work with some really, really big names. You're under some really big labels as well. You're opening act for big
Anirudh,
names
yep.
as well. I mean, it can get to your head very easily. I mean, you could sit there and everybody needs to adore me and kiss my feet and whatnot. But how hard
my
is it
God.
to stay grounded?
How hard it is to stay grounded. I must say, I've been doing this. It's almost a decade now, and there were definitely moments where it got to me, and I was like over the moon, and you know what I mean. Like, don't talk to me. Like I'm in a different
Right.
space. I'm sure. Like
Yeah.
there were moments like that, but. But the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, right? Like there was so many moments that was so humbling, and because it's a very challenging space to be in. This is, I guess maybe it looks easy,
Yeah.
like what you guys do too, right? Like from outside looking in, people might think whatever, but when you're in it, you feel the heat of it, you feel the pressure of it. There are moments that are so challenging, so difficult, and without my family support, without my fiance, without my friends, like I wouldn't be here, man, to be honest, because it's challenging on so many different aspects, right? From mentally, physically, like emotionally, spiritually, like it
Right.
tests you in ways. And being a Singaporean, financially, that is another like thing that we have to talk about, right? Because it's not an easy path to monetize. That's one. And then it's not an easy path for you to always stay ahead of things, like stay on top of things. You have to be a couple of steps ahead all the time. So sometimes it gets to you mentally. So going through the motions of it and understanding just how challenging it can get sometimes, just how hard it can get sometimes, I think that is the one that keeps me like on my toes a little bit. Like no matter how exciting a moment is, I'm always like telling myself, hey, it could swing the other side any day. Like just relax. Like I have a little voice in my head now that is helping me navigate the space a a lot calmer. You know, I used to get
And more
very
humbly.
yes, I used to get super excited and like, you know, just my energy used to be all over the place. But I guess growing up and understanding that, hey, like all of this is temporary. All of this, you know what I mean? Like I'm fortunate to be able to do this full time now. It is a young man's game. Like I can't be jumping up and down on stage at 45 with 3 kids. Like you know, so I'm just kind of taking it step by step and understanding the value of all these experiences, and I feel like zooming out and looking at it from that perspective really helps me understand how fortunate I am to be in this position as a Singaporean full-time artist, because so many people have been gunning for this type of a position and not everybody makes it.
It's tough.
It's super tough. You know, so many have tried, so many have failed. Very few slip through the cracks, you know, in that sense. So I always make sure that I never forget that perspective, right? Because it is truly a blessing. It is, because I'm Singaporean, I'm Tamilian. Like how many Tamilian Singaporean rappers you know? I mean, it's just not a path that is laid out for us. So it's a rarity.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Young Raja on the Big Show TV. It's 8:21.
Coming up at 10.
You know, I just heard hearts breaking all over your fan world.
Wow.
At that word that you dropped, fiance.
Oh my God.
When are you getting married then? When are
man.
the wedding bells?
I don't have any plans for that yet.
Okay.
But hopefully soon.
Okay.
But yeah, I've been with my girl for almost a decade now. She's
How long you guys
my
been
rock.
engaged?
We've been engaged for 2 years now.
Okay.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You know, growing up is nice. I used to not want to like grow up. I didn't really have these type of perspectives, but it's nice. It's nice trying to, you know, move up, you know, step up and figure life out
And be an adult.
Be an adult and see what that looks like and means, you know.
It's tough.
Cool.
It's tough. You have mentioned, I know A.R. Rahman is one of your biggest inspirations.
Definitely growing up, he's one of the GOATs.
You got to work with him.
Briefly, yes.
Yes? Tell us a little bit about
What
that.
was he like?
Oh my gosh, it was very nerve-wracking. He just FaceTimed me one day.
Out of the blue?
Out of
I
the-
mean,
out of
like,
the
how
blue.
did that happen?
So there's a guy that's working with him. His name is Kumaran, he's the drums programmer in his studio in India. And I met him at one of the shows that I performed at in Chennai a couple of years ago. And he was like, "Hey man, like I will call you if my boss wants to talk to you about anything." So he just calls me out of the blue and he's like, "Oh, we're working on this action sequence in this movie and we need a rap. We need a rap right now." And I'm like, "What? It's 2 a.m. So thank God I was in my studio at Gambas, and we were just about to leave, and the call came in, and they told me the whole brief over the phone, and I'm losing my mind, right? Because I'm looking at this man's face. He's talking to me. And I just had to gather whatever, I have to muster up the courage to like talk to him first, understand the brief, stay on track. and I was like, "Hey,
Set your rate. I'm
It's like,
look.
we didn't even get to that. Like I'm telling you, he was like, "We need this rap right now." I'm telling him it's 2 a.m. What do
how
mean,
could
right?
you sleep after that, though? Impossible.
I was like, I could write this right now and record it and send it over to you tomorrow morning. And he was like, "Yeah, you could do that, or you could do it right now." Oh my God.
Wow.
I swear, man, I've never been shaking in my boots like that. Like that was so nerve-wracking, but
you did it.
But I did it. I went straight in the studio, opened it back up, you know, got the brief down, like got the track, wrote the rap. I think it was around 6 a.m.
And
Recorded
sent it
it and sent it over by 7 a.m. and he loved it, and it ended up in the movie. It's this movie called Ailan,
Wow.
starring Sivakarthikeyan. It was one of the big budget movies that came out last year. It's like sci-fi. There's aliens
Oh, okay.
My
coming from
goodness,
outer
amazing.
space. It was kind of cool.
Sounds like Glenn's kind of movie.
No, I'm not into that, unfortunately. But because of
You gotta go check it
Young
out.
Raja, I'm going to check it out.
You're gonna check it out,
I'm
yeah.
into like all the action stuff, you know, it's like I
Yeah.
just watched Deva.
Yeah.
They were
on,
nice.
Yeah.
Tamil
Really
movies
good.
are nice.
He's
man.
an
You gotta check it out.
encyclopedia of Bollywood, Collywood.
damn.
I find it hard to remember everyone's names.
Yeah.
but-
Okay.
But
But you know
I've
them.
watched almost all there is available on Prime and Netflix.
You got to catch some of these Rajinikanth movies, man. I'm telling you.
I've caught a few actually. Yeah.
You have a favorite?
I can't remember the title. That's the bad thing about me. I
It's all
watch it.
Tamil.
I can't remember the title.
But he's seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
He's seen a lot of them. Okay, so what's next for you?
So what's next for me, man? Just keeping the ball rolling as a musician, as an artist, rapper. Just working on the schedule, the release schedule. Got a couple more songs coming out. Working on a project. Hopefully, an EP by the end of this year, and also working on the global narrative, man. You know, trying to figure out where we can go, how far we can take this. There's an Australia tour that's coming up.
Oh,
we're working
fantastic.
on a couple of shows in Canada as well. Yeah, so that's that. And also I'm launching my own agency. It's
Okay.
called Disrupt.
Okay.
We're launching that end of this month. It is an open format agency. A bunch of my friends in the creative space came together, and we're doing this.
It's a talent agency.
It is a creative agency, but we are calling it an open format agency.
What's that
And
mean?
What's interesting about it is we sell formats. So instead of the clients coming to us and giving us the brief, since we are the
Oh, right.
full-time creatives, we give
Okay.
them the brief. So we kind of sell them formats.
The story ideas and
Yes,
stuff like
so
that, right?
from
Okay.
like a low-hanging fruit would be a digital marketing campaign, and something on the other end of the spectrum would be a full-fledged experience event, right? Like a program. And we realized that we are capable of doing on either ends of the spectrum. Like we can play the game from end to end. And it is a brand new agency
Sounds
coming your way.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, Disrupt.
Sounds great.
I got a restaurant as well. You guys like dosa?
Oh, love
Oh,
dosa.
I
Masala dosa?
love-
Oh,
Yeah.
favorite.
So I run a dosa bar at One North.
A dosa bar?
Yes,
What
it's
is
the world's first
I'm
dosa
there.
bar, baby.
What?
I'm
One
telling
North?
you, yes. So it's actually my COVID baby.
Okay.
During COVID, I had no shows, no
What's
income.
it called?
It's called the Maha Co.
Okay, let's go on air and
Marco.
talk about this.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
You're not
this is
even on
gonna be
air.
the last
Oh my
talk
God.
set. No, I
We're
mean, this
gonna
is going
be-
out as well.
I can't
but
even tell.
It's like radio and then
Okay.
yeah, the
okay.
TV part.
She can't tell me nada.
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, taking a look at what's happening on the roads. On the CTE to SLE after the Brattle Road exit, avoid lane 5. Vehicles having trouble there. You can always WhatsApp us 8855509020. Let us know what's happening.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We have been speaking to Singaporean rapper, superstar, songwriter, Young Raja. And
Oh my gosh.
we were just talking about the fact that you are about to launch a creative agency
Yes,
called
sir. Disrupt. Coming your
Disrupt.
way. Brand new. Been working on this for quite a bit with my partner, Chris. Yeah, it is an open format agency. We're having the launch on the 25th of April, most likely. I will let you guys know when the dates are locked. I would love to
Yes,
have
please.
you guys there.
Please, yes. We'd love to be there. We
Yeah.
have some of your fans that have written in on our WhatsApp number.
wow.
Shamini says, Kiss 92 on a Monday is great, but with Young Raja, it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
His
Hey.
mad blessings is my morning go-to, cancelling the Monday blues. Thank you, Kiss 92.
Oh, man.
Wait,
my
there's
heart
a-
goes out to you.
There's
Shamini.
another,
Yes.
Anba. Hi, Young Raja. Good to hear from you. Could you share your experience working with Sean Vincent DePaul?
Oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely, man. Sean is a good friend of mine. He's from Toronto, fellow rapper. He's amazing. This guy is from another planet. Like one of the best rappers, hands down, that I've had the privilege to know personally. I met him maybe 5-6 years ago. I mean, we actually met each other. We can't say I met them on Instagram. I mean, I got to know him.
You
through
slid
the
into
socials.
his DM.
And it's kind of interesting because the Tamil rappers, people that are part of the Tamil diaspora globally, they're all kind of well connected. Everybody kind of knows each other because there's not many of us.
Right.
There's around like 70-80 million Tamil speaking folks around the world, and so the diaspora is kind of like tight.
Yeah.
So Shan and I, we got connected online around 5 years ago, and he hit me up, I think 3 years ago, with his record IO, that he was interested to feature me in that track. And I was like, okay, let me hear it. And I loved the track, and it was all online. Like we hadn't met in person yet, but we were just chatting on WhatsApp, and he sent me the track, and I sent my verse back, and the song came out independently, and it started doing really well, like from the get. And we took 2 years to make a music video for it, which just came out in Jan, I think, and it hit 1 million views in a week. We
Wow.
went to Shibuya.
Amazing.
At the Shibuya crossing, the screens.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
music video premiered on the screens.
Oh, amazing.
And it was insane. And so my experience working with Sean, man, I'm telling you, like, ever so often, like, you get a chance to work with people that are absolute, like, maniacs when it comes to, like, being a creative person. Like, just insanely creative. Like, you just listen to them talk. You listen to them pour out their thought process, like their perspectives, how they see things, and you're just like enamored, you just can't stop listening. He's one of those cats, and I'm just so inspired by that level of artistry. And it's a product of an environment too, right? This guy's born and raised in Toronto. Toronto's rap scene, Toronto's space is big, and it's inspiring. What can I say? Coming from Singapore, I count myself very fortunate to cross paths with individuals like that. Like, if I decided to stay in my comfort zone and just like do what is like around this region or whatever, like, that's cool, But to step out there into the ocean, into the big vastness,
wide sea, yeah.
And then you come across fellow rappers, like creatives like that, of a different caliber, just at a different level.
I feel a passion, man.
Yeah, totally, right?
Exciting times for you,
Oh man.
Your creative agency, and you were mentioning just now also, you've got a restaurant.
Yes.
Yes, Mexican
I have-
spices, street tacos, and bite-sized eats married with Indian flavors. How
Oh
about
my
that?
gosh. Well, she just got the press.
The Mahako
You're on the
Cafe. I'm
website,
on the
let's go.
website.
She loves beating our guests to the information.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. I love
Tell
it.
us a little bit more.
Yeah, so this is my first F&B venture. Is actually a COVID baby of mine. During COVID, there was no income, and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I reconnected with an old buddy of mine, Chen, who is the founder of Gorilla Press cold press juices. So I reconnected with him, and we were chatting, and one thing led to another. We didn't think of a dosa bar in the beginning. We just wanted to do something cool together, and we were chatting about it for like 2 months. And
Dosa is dosai, right? Some
Dosai.
people know it.
Yes,
Dosai,
dosai.
yeah.
But you can call it dosa too. We branded it as a dosa because it's easier to spell. It's DOSA. And he came over to my house for one of our meetings, and my mom made him the dosai that I have all the time. And the dosai that I love, the one that my mom makes, is the small homemade dosai with the sunny side up with a little bit of ghee.
I love that as
And a
well.
little bit of
Dosai with
pepper.
an egg.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Yum.
And so he had it, and he lost his mind, and I said it as a joke, like, hey, why don't we sell dosa tacos? Like, nobody's selling dosa tacos. And he was like, what? That would be crazy. And we did R&D, and it tasted amazing. And 3 months later, we opened up a shop.
Okay,
And
we're there.
yes,
Yeah, man.
please,
Okay, we're coming.
come on down.
Siobak,
Try my dosa
Siobak
tacos.
dosa. I
Yes.
just look. Siobak dosa.
my
Yeah,
favorite,
right.
my favorite is the lamb rendang dosa taco.
Oh,
The
look
lamb-
at Cheyenne's face.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're all going,
I
we're all
swear
going.
It is so good.
We're there.
Please come and check it out, man. I would love to host you guys. Let me know when it comes.
Where is this again?
It's at 1 North Nexus building. It is
Okay.
a 5-minute walk from 1 North station.
Yeah.
So it's that whole sector.
yeah,
been there.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're right there.
Nice.
Actually, we're neighbors to
Yeah,
Mediacorp.
okay,
So a
okay.
lot of friends come through. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, it's time. It's time to play this amazing track.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, world premiere for the first time ever. I've wanted to do this for the longest time, where I have an unreleased song and it's getting premiered on the Singapore airwaves. You kidding me? Kiss 92 live and direct. This is a
All the
dream.
great songs in one place. That's why we're playing your song.
Why don't you intro us to it then?
Okay, coming up next, my brand new single that's coming out in May. Date TBC, but you guys are some of the first to hear it live and direct in Singapore on Kiss 92. Miss Call, produced by Rhythm. My first ever track that is like not fully rap. It is a different vibe. It's for the girls. It's for the girlies. It's just, hey man, listen, I don't want to say much. Check it out. Miss Call coming next.
All right, here we go.